everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. How you guys doing? We got a lot to talk about today. Let me go ahead and just get everything switched over here. Just give me a second here, folks. Let's see. Armand. Actually, no. Let me switch over first, and I'll say hello to everyone. Pop up chat here. Cool. All right, switching over. Cool. Awesome. Hello, everyone. How you guys doing today? Happy Thursday. Where is my... There it is. Let's see. Armand. Guess I'm related to the class. LOL. Good morning. Good morning, everyone, and Johnny. Good to see you, Armand. Hope you're doing well. Alan Clark. Good evening. Good evening to you as well. Druther. Hello, fam. How you doing, my friend? Good to see you. Drew. Morning. Smash the like. I appreciate it. How you guys doing? So, guys, we finally took profit on the long position that we've been holding since 15,005, and I just want to go over why I did it, and then the plan going forward. We're gonna be spending a lot of time on BTC today just because that's been the main mover. So one of the main reasons why I took it off the table was because I was waiting for a proper setup. Okay, something I have learned, as well as going back and looking back at previous price action from different bull runs. One of the things that I've kind of picked up on is that sometimes you kind of have to be a little bit more, how do I say this, lenient on the setups that you take. It's not good to, be too stern on the size of the setups. I'm not saying we're going to go on to a 30-minute, a 5-minute and, zoom the hell in and try to take the littlest ABC. No. We're still sticking to our parameters. All right. And if you guys aren't aware what the continuation method is where we take a original ABZ position, which is in this case, this one here. All right. So we're going to, buy into this one. And all you're doing is waiting for another ABC setup on a similar size / perspective to go ahead and try to take advantage of that. And basically what you're doing from there is once you find another ABC setup to go ahead and take a long off of, okay, you're going to go ahead and you're going to just take profit on that original position and then re-enter up here. All right. So one, you're locking in the profits from the previous position. And two, you also get another opportunity to go ahead and try to take advantage of the possible next leg up and basically compound the gains you made and furthermore, making more money, even more money on the way up. So, some might say, some might ask me, is this setup too small? Or some might think that kinda it is, but it's not small enough to ignore. Okay. Like I said, when it comes to previous uptrends or aggressive uptrends, I just did that backwards. I want to show you guys some examples just to give you an idea where I'm coming from. All right, if we go to the previous bull market, right? I'm considering this the beginning of the bull market, right? On a 2-hour, I kind of have to focus in on smaller settings because price doesn't allow me to go that far back with certain with the 30-minute candles. But basically what you're doing is you're just gonna be looking for a decently sized ABC. Sometimes you might have not gotten a good entry, but if you look throughout the entirety of the bull market, I'll be frank, there wasn't too many good options to get in, and pretty much leaving you in the dust if you're trying to look for ABC pullbacks. You had a decent one here, but sometimes you might not get the ideal setup. There's another one here, but regardless, if you took either one of these, that was pretty much the bottom. And it's very hard for me to kind of look into this and see if I can find a decent setup. You do have this one, but price was just about to break the all-time high. And even still, throughout the entirety of the bull market until we got up to this 30K region was where we got a decent enough pullback. Now this could happen. I'm not saying this can't happen, but we just don't know exactly how the rest of this pump is going to transpire. Are we going to get just a little, slight wick to the upside and then, put in a much larger reversal to form a larger ABC? Or is this going to be, putting in something like this to where, like I said, we might not get an opportunity to go ahead and take advantage or, try to find the ideal setup and just miss out on the entirety of the pump, and then you're just stuck on the sidelines or trying to chase or trying to FOMO. So for me, if this is going to be a much more aggressive uptrend, I need to be a little bit more lenient when it comes to the size of the setup. But like I said, I'm not sacrificing the time frame that I'm using. The most important thing is sticking to the same parameters. I'm zoomed out completely on a 30-minute. All right, I might pinch and kind of like pull it up a little bit, but I won't zoom in, if that makes sense. So with that being said, we do have a ABC setup. And like I said, I don't know what price is going to do. If we continue to fall, fantastic. At the end of the day, guys, hopefully some of you guys are in a similar situation that I have been, where you've been holding that 15.5K long region and then took profit. If you are in that situation, taking a loss or two up in this region is not going to kill you. If anything, if we take a loss or two and we get a larger confirmation of the downside, what that does is that gives us basically more money, or that puts more money in our pockets, because we're taking advantage of the short position that we've been holding up here, right? And then from there, if we do extend downward, okay, we have to basically just look for another decently sized ABC. Maybe if we do fall and break through, maybe we might get an actual larger decent setup. Something I'm not saying I want this to happen, but in an ideal scenario, I would like to see this happen. Now, some of you might say, if that's the case, why are you taking longs in this region? It's like I said before, and I say this time and time again, guys. Our job here is not to predict the top or the bottom. Our job is to identify opportunities that the market gives us and take that opportunity and take advantage of it by taking a possible trade position. Okay. That's the most important thing when it comes to this, is even though I might say, guys, ideally I might like to see price come down, we don't necessarily have to. We can just put in this very slight pullback. People are expecting basically a test of this support. People are expecting prices coming down to this region, possibly lower. I'm on the fence of that as well, but you also got to play devil's advocate. What if, we just never come back down? Or I know there's a CME gap somewhere down here, but what if we come in and is never filling that CME gap, never come in this region? What are you going to do? If you're stuck waiting for support or waiting for price to come down and find support in this region, if we never do, how are you going to get back in? So that's where I'm coming from. This is why I decided to take this trade. If it fails, fine with me. We're making more money on the way down anyway. I'll take it. Regardless, if we do take this long position and we do, manage to keep pumping, I was able to compound the gains I made, re-enter this position with more margin, and I'm going to be making way more money with less movement, if that makes sense. So, all right. So that being said, that's pretty much the reason why I took this position off the table. If you guys haven't taken it, if you guys are still holding that 15.5K long, I would say definitely, that's not financial advice, but me personally, the reason why I'm taking it off the table is, one, is to secure profits, two, to give me another point of confidence to go ahead and take a position off of. And to me, this is the point of this is a setup. This is the setup that I'm a little bit more confident in. Doesn't necessarily mean it's going to happen. This is just the only setup that I've seen over the past, when did this start? It was the past 3 weeks that I've seen that's actually a decent looking setup. So I'm going to go ahead and take it. Let's see. Muchamed. Let's see. Morning, Johnny. Good to see you, my friend. Sorry I'm late, but hello, Johnny. Badarius, good to see you. Yeah, guys, I messed up. I set up the live stream and everything, and I forgot to set up the event in the Discord tab. Usually I try doing that just to give you guys a heads up. I made the live stream, I just completely forgot. Do you take into account other patterns when trading ABCs, i.e. looks like it's forming a giant head and shoulders? No, I don't really. I mean, maybe, yeah, if I could see one, yeah, but I don't let it don't let it affect my trading decisions. Sorry, I don't know, that was a tongue twister. You're talking about this, aren't you? Let's see. talking about that. If that's, I mean, yeah, it could happen. But like I said, we took shorts from up here. And if the head and shoulders does play through, fantastic. Like I said, in my opinion, how I'm playing things at the moment, I'm currently making more money shorting than I am longing. It's because, one, there's been more optimal short setups. Two, there's been a lack of long setups. So, you know, ideally, I like to keep it balanced, but it doesn't necessarily have to happen. All right. Okay. So that's pretty much it when it comes to BTC at the moment. I'll go ahead and show you guys, you know, we locked in. We locked in about 1140%, 1139% in profit. So I'm happy with this, guys. We did very well. Like I said, 473 was pretty much the bottom. I don't know who else was able to do something like that, but you know, like I said, this is how we do things here. We don't win all the time, but when we do win, it's huge. So cheers to you guys if you guys are able to go ahead and take advantage of that position, and hopefully you took profit. Let's go ahead and talk about Ethereum. So Ethereum, I'm sure I'm gonna get this question at some point, but basically, I'm waiting for someone to ask, hey, if you took BTC off the table, why haven't you taken ETH off the table? Well, unfortunately, same kind of scenario. I'm on a 30-minute. I don't really see I mean, you could say this is the setup. Maybe I'll take this, but if anything, I might just take this as an opportunity to take that position off the table. I don't like this as a setup to me personally on ETH. ETH is a lot more developed and it looks a lot more clear in the structure that it's holding. So for me, I don't think that we're gonna, you know, pump significantly off this move. I could be dead wrong. If I am, I'm not gonna, you know, if I'm dead wrong and we just keep going, you know, I unfortunately, it wouldn't have been a good setup to take a position off of. So, you know, if I took profit now and we did just pump from here, I'm just left, you know, scratching my head. I'm left on the sidelines. And that's, I'm saying there's nothing wrong with that. But for me, it's just, I'd rather, you know, ride the wave, the next wave up if I have to, or if I can. And, but also, you know, not risking taking a bad setup, if that makes sense. So maybe, I don't know, I'm not sure. I'll think about it. Maybe I'll just take it off the table. Who knows? But at the same, you know, like I just mentioned, if I take it off the table, I need to have a good position to go ahead and trade off of in order to take the next leg up if that is going to happen. So we'll see. I'm, you know, currently in my head right now, I'm kind of debating this setup. You know, you can definitely argue that this is too small of a setup, and I will say I will agree with you. But like I said, when it comes to the aggressive uptrends, sometimes you have to be willing to compromise a little bit. Now, I'm not saying compromise time frame, don't compromise perspective. You know, don't be on a 5-minute trying to catch the tiniest ABC just because you think price is going to pump. All right, 30-minute time frame at the absolute lowest. Ideally, an hour if you can find it on an hour time frame. That's clear as day. For example, this ABC on ETH, you know, I'm on a 1 hour, zoomed out. And this is clear. This is a clear as day short setup. Ideally, like I said, I would like to see something like this form. If I get something like that, absolutely, I will take that. I will take that trade. But we just don't have that at the moment. Let's see. Let's go ahead and talk LTC. Yeah, unfortunately, I mean, even for LTC, let's see, what does this look like? Nah, I'm not gonna be taking this. You know, you could argue that this is a setup here. I just don't. Me personally, it's not my personal favorite. Maybe if we get a larger pullback, let's say within the C, maybe I'll take it. But if we just come in, put in a slight wick, and then just get back back above, I don't think I'm going to be taking anything on LTC. I'm just kind of sitting on the sideline when it comes to Litecoin. I do have some spot holdings of Litecoin that I've been kind of sprinkling down. I sprinkled some. I'll show you guys. Okay, so it was, I don't remember. Okay, I remember this was primarily ABCs. I bought some off of this ABC, just a little bit. I also bought some off of, let's see. No, I'm pretty sure I just bought a little bit here. I don't remember taking any other setups. Yeah. I was primarily buying in this region. I didn't buy too much though, just because I wanted to see like a low. First of all, I wanted to see a lower low past here. That didn't happen. And then even back here, when it comes to this ABC, it's very small, so it wasn't enough for me to take a macro position off or a spot position off of. So, yeah, still holding some spot on LTC. But besides that, like I mentioned before, I don't really see a nice setup when it comes to taking a leverage position. But yeah, that's pretty much it when it comes to the big three, at least. You know, if you guys have any questions, if you guys need me to go over something, please let me know. I know some people. Actually, did I catch up with the Discord? I know a couple of you guys were active in the Discord earlier. I was just dead asleep. Like, to be honest, I went to bed at like 3 a.m. last night, and then, well, I was out hanging out with friends, and then ended up just staying out pretty late, and then yeah, woke up probably like around like 12:15, somewhere around there. I pretty much got ready to get on stream. Let me just make sure I didn't miss anything within the Discord. Oh shit. Let's see. All right, Rich, if you're watching this, yeah, okay. Yeah, he's on a good track. Okay, Rich, if you're watching this, I'm taking a look at the things the charts you posted in the questions section. I'll answer it in more detail after the stream. But if you're watching, you're on the right track, man. Okay, let's see. We make sure I caught up with chat. All right, cool. I am all caught up with chat. All right, cool. All right, let's see. Let's go over another position I'm currently in. To be honest, guys, like I said, I'm treating this more as a macro position. If you guys are in the Discord, I am attempting this as like a swing short. This ABC-O-Matic is pretty juicy in my opinion. And we definitely could, you know, if we do dump, I could see this dropping pretty, well, I would say drastically, but pretty significantly. So I'm taking I'm currently taking a swing short. I'm using a 5% stop. Just because with these larger positions, you got to keep a couple things into consideration. One, it's an altcoin, so right off the bat, you're already more prone to more volatility. Two, with these larger pivots, guys, you're going to be even more exposed to possible larger volatility. Come on. Ah, gonna do this. There you go. So 5% stop. If we significantly move in the upside, it'll get stopped out. Most likely, we're probably not going to come back down. I could be wrong. But I'm still holding this this position here. I'll show you guys here the positions I'm in. So Matic entries around 131.72. And then the BTC is 22.613. See, could you take a look at the discussion I have with No Fly Zone charts only? Because I am not sure what he meant. Yeah. Tashin, hey brother, hope all is well. We're doing great, man. We took profit on the swing long positions that we've been holding on BTC. Currently, you know, in a long position from that 20 from this pivot or from this setup. So looking to take advantage of that. And hopefully we can get, maybe we'll get another swing to the upside. Most likely we're probably gonna just continue dumping. But, you know, hopefully you guys are still holding your shorts. Let's see. AG, what's good, Johnny? Good to see you, buddy. Hope you're doing well. Jeff Jefferson. Hey, Johnny, my man. How you doing? Okay, let's see. And everyone else? Bidarius. All right. You said no charts only? Right? Oh, sorry. No charts. Charts only. All right, so you posted the, what is this? All right, is this from, was this from 2 days ago, Bidarius? Oh, I realized I completely forgot. I'm sorry about that. Just confirm it's the one with the XMR setup, right? Okay. All right, so he says, I'm not gonna post them. I'm not gonna show it unless you want me to, Bidarius. But let's see, that isn't correct, mate. 0 needs to be above the B. 0 needs above the B, and you're supposed to be, and your C is supposed to be with your B is. Hold on. The 0 needs to be above the B, and your C is supposed to be where your B is. Oh, I see what he's saying. What he's trying. Okay. Let's see. Is it a better situation? Let's see. Where the green B is at the point where the red C is, where ABC is 0. Okay, so I know what he's trying to say, Bidarius. I thought I clarified this. Maybe I didn't. Basically, what he's trying to say is, so you drew this. All right, so you drew this ABC setup here. Good, you know, it's valid setup, valid ABC, and then you drew this. All right, I think where the confusion is that it's kind of hard to see in the picture, but I think he thinks this point is above this point. If I draw a line, you can clearly see that it's not. So he was trying to say that this C should have been here, and then you should have been focusing on this as the new ABC, if that makes sense. That's what he's trying to say. But because, you know, maybe it's just due to the, I can tell on the picture, maybe he just had a hard time seeing, but you are correct, Bidarius. It is this one. This would be the proper setup because the B never extended past the 0. So that is correct. But there is no short setup though. You would just have to just take the long position down here. Let me know if that makes sense. Let's see. Should I hold my BTC or should I sell first? Not financial advice. It depends on where you bought it. If you bought it, you know, if you bought it in this region, not good. You bought it down here, no reason to give it up. 23K. Oh, yeah, you're not in a good spot, my friend. You should be giving yourself a stop loss. So if you're buying spot, let's say 23K exactly, this is how I would do it. All right, give yourself some room. Give yourself like 8 to 10%. All right, and like I'm not trying to. I'm trying to gauge. I'm just trying to show you how I do it. First of all, you did not. Me personally, how I do things. You did not take it off of a prior or a proper ABC setup, so it's kind of hard for me to gauge. Things aren't looking the best. I would give it some breathing room though. It's completely up to you. But whatever, regardless of what you choose to do, just don't forever hold it if we keep dropping. Don't be afraid to let it go. All right, contracts. Hello, Johnny. How are you? Doing good, my friend. How are you? Let's see. Vidarius, I don't really care, but the C is above the green B. Okay, I thought I missed something. Yeah, makes sense. No, you didn't miss something. I think there's just a confusion about how it looked on what you shown. Exactly. You could take long or short, just have risk management with stop loss. Okay. I am sitting in my short and wait for bigger ABC before longing. Yeah, same, Jeff. You guys can, and like I said, that's probably the proper move. But I did it because first of all, I was holding along from down here, and I was trying to get out just in case we do continue downward. Doesn't necessarily mean we're gonna put in a lower low and get stopped out. But for me, I'd rather take the continuation setup up here than down here at 19K. That's just me personally, though. Seems like jobless claims were just slightly higher. Market didn't feel confident enough, and that would reduce any Fed hikes. So the market is very weak. Yeah. Yep. At bit. Let's wait. Yeah, you guys can absolutely do that. To the very few YouTubers that keep it real, stop watching Moon Boys. I appreciate Crypto Beehive. I do my best to be upfront and honest with you guys as much as I can. It's obviously just some things I can't disclose, but everything regarding the account, the positions I'm taking, I'm trying to be as transparent as possible. So I appreciate that. Let's see, the DXY will continue pump. How do you think? Let's see. If the DXY can get above 103 and continue, yes. Right now it's kind of fighting in this range, but the DXY looks pretty good. See, I'm in a half size on long because I think we continue downwards. So yeah, in case we put in it. Okay, yeah, that's fine. That's completely fine as well. But yeah, to go answer your question, DXY looks decent. I would like to see a continuation higher before possibly putting in a much larger ABC, something like this. Continue lower. Fed will say, Fed will keep increasing rate. They could, but it doesn't really matter to me. What matters is what I see on the chart. I know the DXY is directly correlated with, or can be directly correlated or directly affected by news. But for me, so better out BTC first because DXY keep increase and make BTC dump. Yeah, you can make an argument for that. Like I said, unfortunately, it's hard for me to point you in the right direction because you got into BTC and just like a random spot position. If you were in a proper setup, I can give you a little bit more guidance, but we are shorting from up here. Basically, this red line signifies where I'm shorting from. And I have more money in my shorts right now, so. So in the DXY, you would not have a trade currently, right? Correct. Yeah, I would not be bullish on the dollar until, I mean, technically I would, if I could take a trade, I would. I'd be trading this. I don't know what a stop loss would be, but that's just an example. Just because we have a larger significant ABC that shows a little bit more support in this region. It looks like we're currently fighting. So support into resistance. It could be a scenario like this. In order for me to be more confident in this, continue to pump, obviously it needs to come back up and maintain above that region so it can become support again. Can you show me that ABC? Yeah. So unfortunately, this is very choppy. But I would consider this the A to the B. Wait, did it put a higher high? Hold on, I can't tell. Before I do that, let me just double check. Okay, it did. All right, so I would consider this 1A to a B and then to a C. All right, but that is just the ABC, or sorry, this is the main structure. Actually, sorry, I'm dragging this down into here. And then we have its own ABC here. A, B. Yeah, I would separate this, to be honest. This, before let me go backtrack for a second. From here down, looks like one continuous trend. All right, it looks like there's no significant breaks in between. So I'm primarily focusing on this. Now you can determine this part anyway in multiple different ways. Me personally, the way to go is this. So if we get back above, this shows a clear separation in trend, or is this the bottom? That's the bottom, right? All right, sorry. Yeah, technically this would be the bottom. Like I said, it's a very messy structure. I don't like it at all, but I really don't see. All right, now I'm second guessing myself. Because this separation in trend here, that blue line, actually blue is probably a terrible color. That separation looks more significant than this one. So based on that parameter, I would say, yeah, this would be the main one I would focus. How you determine the rest is, there's different variations of how you can determine this. Me personally, I'd just be focusing on this. Contracts can you show us? Yes, I could definitely show XRP. Oh, what a mess. This is a mess. All right, so the first thing I'm looking at when I see this looks like an A to a B to a C to a B to a C. I would like to see a lower low be put in. If you do get in that lower low, that's definitely a great long position. You got a retest of that level, but you did not get a lower low. So for me, I would wait till you get that lower low. Unfortunately, you might not get it. If that is the case, you could be doing something like this as well. It's where you're forming a larger A to a B, or sorry, A to a B to a C. So regardless, if you get a lower low past 38, 37, and you get back above, you're most likely going to come up and continue up to here. Now, when you do put in a higher high, it'll extend to this. And then this becomes its own setup. All right, so let me just get rid of the clutter here. All right, So now that I basically got rid of the clutter, you have two main positions. Either you get down below 38.37, take the long, or regardless if it gets that lower low or not, I would be shorting if it gets back above 43.41. But that's just me. That's what I see. So let's see. Can you see BTC short time frame when you are free? Please, brother. Yeah, I will in a moment. That helped, Johnny. Good. I'm glad it helped. Retro. Hey, Johnny, just jumping in for a fast question. So 3% stop loss at 20,000 isolated kills 60% of my account? No, that should not be the case. Are you using the risk calculator, Retro? Then how can I get stopped out a few times to eventually catch the big move? So you have to. Are you using the calculator? That's why. Nope. Okay. If you go, I'll post the link here, Retro. But if you go to the Discord, I know you're in the Discord. If you're in the Discord, if you go to everything you need, I think this is it. Yeah, everything you need section. It's the bottom link here. So if you want to bookmark it, but I'll send it to you. I'll post it in chat here. This is the bread and butter, Retro. I'm not trying to yell at you, but this is essential if you want to be successful in this game. You have to be using this. Have to. I can't stress that enough. And I'll show you. Let me pop it in chat. So that's the link. Basically, all you're doing, I'll give you a quick rundown. Let's say you have $1,000. All right. Now, what this does is that it allows you to adjust your parameters and still make sure you have the correct end result. So 3% stop loss. Okay. Basically, what you're going to do, how I do things. All right. I'm risking 3%. All right. 3% risk at 3% stop loss. That's me personally. That's what I'm using for the challenge portfolio. All right. So now what this is going to tell you to do is you're going to basically be using $40 margin on $1,000. You know, you can adjust it if you have, $5,000. It's going to be 200. Anything more than that, if you're working with a lot, Retro, I'm not sure how much you're working with, but as you grow, as your account grows, let's say you have like 50 grand to play with, you should not be risking 3% whatsoever. You should be risking like 0.75, maybe even. And to make this easier, you can see what the portfolio risk is here. I pretty much, when it comes to like 50 to 100 grand, I like to risk about 0.5. So for me, I'll just adjust this to 50 and then 1%. Why is it not? There you go. That's just me personally. Basically, the higher you go, the less percentage you should be risking. And then in turn, it gives you the set leverage to use. The beautiful part about this is that if you change this, obviously it's going to change the parameters. So you're going to have to mess around. You're going to have to mess around with what works for you. I don't know why it won't let me use. There we go. All right, so technically, if you're trying to use higher leverage, you can use 0.66% of your account. Use 75%. Now, where I get these numbers from are from Bybit. So if you go to Bybit, above my head, where you can see where my head is, basically you're just gonna be doing this just to make things simple. Let me go to a coin that I'm not using so I don't accidentally mess up my position. Okay. You're gonna do, for me to make it easier, I do order by cost. So all you have to do is just put the number that the calculator gives you In this case, it's 330. So you're going to be using 330. All right. And then regardless of your direction, make sure your leverage matches as well. I forgot to say that. That's always most important. So if it tells you to use 25x leverage, go up here, adjust it to 25. It's going to take a second. I don't know why it's taking so long. Come on. Oh, just Bybit just stopped working. All right, I think Bybit just took a crap on me. But I'll show you here in a second. But all you're going to do is just make sure the leverage matches. Input your USD, and above my head where it says sell short. Yeah, all right. Bybit just took a shit on me. If it says buy long, regardless, if it's the same leverage, it shouldn't matter, but make sure it's the same. And then you're going to click the check mark, and then you're going to click 75%. So in Bybit, I believe it's 5, 15, 20, 5, 15, 25, 50, and 75 are the set increments that you can use. I just stick to those because it's the easiest. You know, you can just quickly input it. But if you really want to, you can basically set whatever you want, whatever leverage you want, whatever stop loss. As long as your risk lines with the stop loss percentage you have, you can go ahead and mess around with any of the variables and be with these numbers. You can get you can trade with leverage, get liquidated, but as long as you have your proper risk parameters set, you know, you can make it happen. Let's see. Retro, always use isolated. Always use isolated. Hey guys, have to leave. All the best. Jeff Jefferson, good to see you, my friend. 100% leverage should not be guessed. It's simply an output of the risk you want to take. The amount of money you want to put into the trade and the stop loss. Leverage should never be the input. Yeah, leverage is just a tool to kind of gauge or try to, you know, put together the best position for you. It's all it is a tool. It allows you to basically use less margin. You should not be using it as a set. Leverage should not be a main component of how you set up your trading system. Let's see. Kamal. Hi, Johnny. How are you? I'm doing good, my friend. How are you? Thank you so much for stopping by. Okay, man. Thanks a lot. Yeah, no problem. Bookmarked it. Good. Yeah. Please, Retro. This is the bread and butter. You will not succeed as a trader if you cannot use this calculator properly. Bybit defaults to cross, so also best to change it to isolated. Yes, make sure you guys change it to isolated. Contracts, Retro, invasion, use leverage for don't have all your, yeah, for your brokers. Yep, that's also another reason too. Yep, it allows, using leverage allows you to not have your entire account into Bybit or into any exchange. Crypto Beehive, what's your favorite time frame to trade ABCs? Let me go ahead and pull this up. I know. I also, Tashin, I'm sorry. I know you. If you're still here, I know I didn't forget about you. Let me explain this, and I'll switch over to the lower time frame. So for me, I try to stick to an hourly. The lowest I will go is a 30-minute. And basically I stick around to, like, I also will use a 2-hour. The key is not time frame, it's perspective. Okay. It's being able to see as much price action as you can, to at least in a certain area of price action where you can go ahead and to interpret what's going on. All right. You can't do that when you're on a 5-minute pinching in like this, you know, trying to figure out ABCs here. All right. The reason why I use these larger time frames, these larger perspectives, is because it shows you the levels that truly matter, right? It shows you the levels that price is going to respect, and it's going to show you where price wants to reverse or wants to continue off of. So that's the reason why I do. You can't get those answers off a 5-minute. You can't get those answers off of a 2-minute. It's 30 minutes or above. It really depends. Like if I'm on my phone, I'll use like a 3-hour, 4-hour because it's less screen real estate. But if you're on the computer, 25 to 30 minute, but make sure you take your mouse, all right, and scroll back and scroll out as much as you can. That's the most important thing, is perspective. being able to understand, being able to zoom out and look at the larger picture, right? On a 30-minute, you know, you guys can go ahead and pinch like this. Don't go too much, just because that skews the same thing too. Obviously, you can't see anything here, but you know, if I'm zoom out on a 30-minute, I will pinch it a little bit just to kind of get a little bit of a clearer perspective. Do you think Brian Armstrong comments on SEC stopping staking? He had a material impact on crypto. Let's see. In terms of trading, it could. To Sheen, like, to be frank, to be straight up, I do not. I can give two shits about. I'm sorry, I'm being vulgar. I can give two craps about what the news says. A lot of the times, I can manage tops and bottoms way before the news ever comes out. For example, I'm not trying to say this is the case. You know, it doesn't happen all the time, but usually price lets you know where it wants to reverse. In this case, we do have a larger A to a B to a C. All right, we shorted this top. You know what this was? This was right before the FTX stuff happened. We had no idea this was going to happen, but we were able to manage to time the top. Same thing here. You know what I mean? I'm not saying we're getting on a ridiculous drop, like a crazy drop like that. Sorry, this setup here. We have this set up here. We shorted the top. Now, if news comes out and it pushes the price further, fantastic. But guess what? We were one step ahead. So that's why I really don't care about news events. Always funny if he makes that move with his finger. Yeah, I know it's a prop mouse. So, like, you know, I have my real mouse here, and obviously, you know, I'm holding a prop mouse, but my mouse, it's wired and can't reach the camera. So, you know, I took an old mouse that I had and I basically used that to visualize. I'm scrolling all the way out. Let's see. Don't forget the 10-second chart with the casino background music. Cha-ching, cha-ching. Yeah, maybe I'll pull it up later. I know somebody complained about it. If you guys want me to pull it up, I will, but I'll turn the volume down. Yo, late today, crew. Hope we are well. We're all well. Yes, we are. Upside down head. How you doing, my friend? Good to see you. I saw you cashed in on the BTC. Yeah, I saw you took it off the table, man. You got pretty much as good as entry as me, man. So cheers to you, man. I saw that was a fantastic position. So good on you. I'm happy you were able to catch that too. Let's see. Alan Clark looks like affected Coinbase prices. It's possible. Yeah. If anything, that might affect the exchanges. Who asked that question? Tashin. So it might affect the individual exchanges, but I don't think it'll affect the actual crypto price itself. It could, but it doesn't really matter to me. Mr. Reckless, yo, Johnny, a little late. No worries, my friend. We're still here, just hanging out. Yo, what's up, bro? Hey, Forex, how you doing, man? Good to see you. You know, we basically, I mentioned this before, but we finally took profit on the large, very large, long position we had from 15.5K. You know, I managed to lock in almost 1140% on that. So we're doing great. I had a couple, you know, upside down head who's also in the group, got a really good entry. So guys, you know, give a nice little shout out to upside down head. Congratulations, man. Yeah, here, I'll leave it up for you. Is a 5-minute good enough, Tashin? Love to hear positive attitude. BTC short? Yes, I am shorting from the red line here. So I'm currently holding a position from 23,962 and a half. Let's see. May I know when you take profit? Thanks. On what, the short or on the long? Because if, I mean, I was longing from 15.5K. I took profit not too long. I took profit last night. I'm holding this short. I'm not letting this short go. So it might be a while if we do get a move. Can you calculate down moves, let me say, to find a B with the Fibonacci levels? It's possible. It's possible, Retro. The only problem with that is that don't take those fibs to heart. The guidelines that I usually look for is that price, for some reason, likes to go back to the 0.5 to 0.441 region. Right? And so for retracements to the upside, I pull from bottom to top. For retracements to the downside, I pull from top to bottom. All right. So in this case, you might be, you know, this could be something like an A to a B to a C. And maybe, you know, you might get a retracement, or let's say this, if let's say we're working on the B, we're about to pull in a B. For some reason, price likes to go to 0.5 to 0.441, but don't take that to heart, because you just don't know what's going to happen. And price doesn't necessarily respect it. It respects it a little bit, but it's not to the T. It's not perfect. All right. So just keep that in mind. Do you use trading? Oh, hold on. For some reason, hold on. How do you pull it? Here. Okay. Do you use Tradingview magnet tool for the exact entry? Because while you are showing it, I always see you eyeballing it. It hurts my left toe. Well, which toe? Is it like a pinky toe against like the corner of the desk or corner of the table kind of pain? Yeah, Retro, it's more of like a ballpark. Like I said, it doesn't necessarily have to, it doesn't have to go exactly there. Sometimes it gets front run, sometimes it goes right through it. Yeah, pretty much. Maybe if I'm like, the reason I'm not saying I don't trust the magnet, is just for me, it's a pain in the ass. Like, I guess call me a boomer, but like trying to line up exact, if there's a way to go ahead and do it without, but like trying to line up this bottom is an absolute pain in the ass. For me, it's just easier to just kind of draw it and go back and then zoom in. Let's say you have an ABC short on BTC and an ABC long on an altcoin. Would you consider taking both? Yes. If the setup is viable on both sides, yes, because you truly don't know how or what direction the market is going. So if you can take advantage of both sides, you know, if the positions are like right next to each other, like, you know, if you're taking a long from here and a short from down here, it doesn't really make sense. Obviously, this is more an example from the same coin, but, you know, if let's say you're at a long position from a lower point and price pumps and you get a short setup from a higher point, yeah, go ahead and take the short from a higher point and then basically let the two positions fight out. And eventually, you'll either lock in profit from hedging, or you'll walk away with a larger move with more profit. But Arias, I know it's cringe, but for me, it's just easier. I know, I mean different assets. No, come on, it's the same. So like, for example, like let's say, I'll give you an example. Let's say I'm in a long on ETH, okay? Right now, currently I'm in a long on ETH. Where the hell is Ethereum? There it is. I'm in a long on ETH from like, you know, down. I'm in a short from 1179. Or sorry, long position from 1179. All right? And then let's say we're in a long position, but right now, current example, Matic has a short position. price was able to move significantly to the upside in my ETH position. So now I can go ahead and take the short from a higher price point on a different coin and basically let these two fight out. If that makes sense. Alan Clark, sorry, I have to go. Take care. See you next time. Thank you so much, Alan. I really do appreciate you stopping by. Hope to see you on the next one. Okay, in this case, how do you decide on taking profits? The continuation setups. You keep them both running? No, I use the continuation setup. So for example, for ETH, like I mentioned before, I'm short from, I'm long from 1178. Okay. In order for me to take profit on the long, I need to find a significant A to a B to a C. Okay. From there, I'll go ahead and take profit and re-enter. Now, if price goes ahead and puts in this ABC continuation setup, but fails, I took profit off the table, and I also get the benefit from the Matic short. Okay. So because price is going to be continuing downwards. Vice versa, right? So like let's say at some point, let's say price dumps, right? And basically a continuation setup is basically you get a downtrend, and all you're waiting is for price to put in another ABC short position. Then you're going to go ahead, take profit, and re-enter here. That's pretty much it. At some point, one position is going to be taken off the table before another. It's basically like a trade-off. So you have one long position, then you enter a short. Eventually, the long position, you get a continuation setup, that gets taken out. We continue lower. Maybe we'll get a long setup, have a short continuation setup, take profit on the short, and then like vice versa, something like that. Let's see. So yeah, come on. Let me know if I answer that question. I'm simultaneously trying to play both sides and basically navigate the market a little bit better. Sorry, Mr. Matic. Where are you taking profits all the way down? Mr. Reckless, no. I'm just waiting. This is gonna be more of a swing trade. I need to see prices get down to like a significantly lower level. I probably will take profit around the 50% mark. Just because with shorts, you gotta understand something. With shorts, there's a point of diminishing returns. Okay. Watch what happens when I do this. Okay. When I'm in this region, let's say 16%, the R&R is at about a 3. If I drag it down to 50%, it goes down to 10. The R&R goes to 10. Watch what happens when I go from 50 to 60%. The R&R barely moved too. 60 to 70%, the R&R barely moved 4. So what happens is you get a point of diminished return. So for me, this doesn't make sense to go ahead and ride it all the way down. I'll ride it like 50% of the way. If I can get another continuation setup on the way down, then I'll go ahead and, ride the next wave down. Move the position down here. And like I said, I don't know if I'm going to ride it 50%, but maybe 50%. And that's how you compound it. That's ideally the goal. Let's see. In retro, why did you take profit on the long from 15,500? That is such a great position. Literally the bottom. The reason why is because yes, I know it makes sense. You know, you'd want to hold it to the very top. Me personally, it makes more sense to compound, basically compound your trades on the way up. Okay. And it also gives you an extra layer of security, right? What I mean is, we don't know, you know, going back from, you know, a perspective situation, we truly don't know if this is possibly an A to a B to a C. Now, I'm not saying this is going to be the case, but I'm just giving hypotheticals here. What if this is the scenario? What if it's not just a pullback? What if we go all the way back down? For me, it doesn't make sense to go ahead and lock in, or sorry, and hold the trade if this is going to be in the situation. For me, what the continuation method is and what it does is basically gives you a reason, or no, sorry, a method to take profit, a method of securing profit, and also give you an opportunity to compound. Now, what if that is the case? Like I mentioned before, you know, what if this is just the B and we're going to come all the way back down and put in a lower low, right? I'm just saying hypothetical. I locked in profits from right here. A worst case scenario, I take the trade, right? And let's say it doesn't work out. Fantastic. I might lose a little bit, but in the process, we still walked away net positive, all right? And I can go ahead and benefit off the short position on the way down. As well as, like I said, it also allows you to compound. Let's say we do put in a bottom here, okay? We get to ride the wave up, and not only did you secure profits from the previous position, as well as you'll have an extra opportunity to go ahead and compound the gains you made there, as well, and make even more money on the way up. So to me, it doesn't, because I was using about half the margin that I use now because the account was smaller at the time. And so it doesn't make sense to hold a trade for that long from that far. And as well as I also have the ETH position on the table. I still have that open. So even if we do pump, not only will I benefit from the BTC position, as well as I still get the chance to ride the wave up for ETH as well. So for me, it's a win-win. Yes, as much as I would love to sit here and say I timed the bottom, and let's say we do go up to 100K from here, that'd be incredible. But for me, from a scalability perspective, it doesn't make sense to hold it all the way from the bottom. It makes more sense to compound, take proper positions on the way up. So if the case that you are right and you do take advantage of the entire bull market on the way up, you get to benefit that much more. As well as, you know, it's a risk to reward thing. You're also rewarded in the case of, okay, you know what? If this setup does fail, and let's say on the larger perspective, you know, let's say we do come down and put in lower lows. What if this is just an A to a B to a C? All right, and then that finishes a much larger C wave. We don't know. We don't know the possibilities of what could be going on. So like I said, there's a lot of different reasons to do so, and from a logical and, you know, from a probability standpoint, it makes the most sense to go ahead and take profit only when you have continuation setups, right? Not just to take them just to take them. I don't take profit just to take profit. To me, at the end of the day, I could sit here and say, you know what? Even if this trade fails, we do have a proper setup. All right, we took the position. This market is giving me a sign and wants to continue. So at the end of the day, I still made the best trade possible. See, Tashi, thanks, brother. No problem, my man. Corel, good evening, man. Have you checked out Flux? Not yet. I could do that for you, though. Ooh, Flux is dumping. Okay, so Flux is in an interesting position. All right, this is interesting. As much as I would like to say this wick is part of an ABC, I don't necessarily like that, in my opinion. I mean, just because I like something doesn't make it true, or doesn't make it not reasonable or logical. You do have that set up there, so we could be a little bit bearish, but On the flip side, we do have an ABC set up here. All right, let me go to 30 minutes. Yeah, we do have a nice ABC set up here. It looks like we're coming down close to the low. All right, so, oh wait, did we put in a lower low? Oh, we did. We did put in a lower low. It's very so slightly, but so take that with a grain of salt, but we did put in a lower low. So technically this could be a point of reversal for flux. So not financial advice, but you know, if you could take a position, if you can get as close to that green line as you can at around 81.68, definitely go ahead and try to get in and try to ride the next wave up. Please use the magnet tool, but my toe. Don't worry, bad areas. You got 10 of them. It's okay. Let's see. Brian Armstrong is the CEO of Coinbase. Yeah, I understand. Thanks. Of course, Retro. He released a statement as he won't stop taking for U.S. residents, but agree with you, bro. Yeah, it's mostly gonna affect Coinbase. All in, haha. No, please don't do that. But I think you know better. You know better. That's why I asked about Flux. No, good eye. Thank you for showing me that. I know some people have asked me about Flux in the past. I know some people in my personal life who like Flux. So definitely a good eye. Oh, David's having an AMA in his group. Let's see how the account's. Oh, is it still frozen? All right. Let me get Bybit back up. So right now the account is sitting at, let me show you. Right now the account is sitting at about 1425. So we're up about 50% from the original 1,000 that originally we were at 500 and we brought it up to 1,000. And guys, I will let you know, like I said, I always preach this to people, okay? It's not the ideal situation, but when you're coming from a position where you don't have a lot of money to play with, you kind of have to treat an account like this as like like how you would like contribute to a 401k. I know some people don't like that. Some people just want to see things from a profit perspective. Yes, absolutely. There is, you can definitely make, hold on. You can definitely go ahead and make that claim. Yes, profit is important. But at the end of the day, profit only matters so much. If you take, let's say you have a $100 position and you make, 100%, congratulations, you made $100. If you have a $10,000 position, you make 100%, that's $10,000. Same percentage, 100 times more the profit. So unfortunately, when it comes to building an account like this, or building a larger account, you are going to have to contribute to it every once in a while. Now, I'm not saying, go all in, put your entire paycheck into trading. But what I always tell people is if at the end of the month, if you try to budget yourself, if you're comfortable, with all your bills paid, everything all aside, if you have a little extra money, don't be afraid to put some of that into your Bybit account and practice with that. It gives you time to learn. It gives you practice to understand trading and how to get used to trading. And as well as doesn't put an entire upfront amount at risk. If you have $10,000 for say, start off with $1,000. If you're new to this, learn the steps, go through the process, and eventually you can put in $100, $200 every week if you wanted to, and work your way up while you're learning. So if this is a bull run, you make ABC moves with 3% of your trading portfolio. So 90%, 97% stays in USDT. Not gaining on the way up. No, I have sprinkles of inverse perpetual. Where did I go ahead and do that? Well, let me just do something quick. Yeah, like I still have, as you can see, I have a good amount in ETH. I have a little bit at BTC, a little bit at LTC. And basically you can just sprinkle that, you know, you can, what I would do is, let's say you're using USDT. Okay. Take your profits and sprinkle a little bit into each asset, which I'm actually probably going to end up doing now. Actually, I'm going to take a little, I'm going to take like 20, I'm going to take like how much I walked away with about 160 in profit. So I'll take like $30 and put it into BTC right now. There you go. I just converted $30 into from USDT to BTC. So that way, you know, I get to benefit off of the move up if we do continue. Obviously, it's a catch-22. That's why I never put all my money into inverse perpetual, because let's say I'm wrong and let's say we keep going down. Obviously, you're going to lose value on that account. Let's see. Turn beer money into learning. Exactly. Stop going out drinking every weekend. Go put some money in Bybit. I promise you can buy more with it later. I'm not promising. I'm just saying. Not related, I know, but what is the difference between derivatives and inverse in Bybit? So derivatives, it's all the same thing. USDT perpetual is what I use a lot on my trades. It's where you're using Tether as the currency to trade with. When you're using inverse perpetual, you're using the actual asset itself. So if you're trading BTC USD perpetual, you're actually trading Bitcoin as the money you're using to fund the trade, and vice versa. You know, ETH USD, you're using ETH. LTC USD, you're using Litecoin instead of Tether. But also retro. I forgot to address the second part. Also, like the margin included is not included in that percentage because it's not actually risk. It's total margin you have exposed that you need to take to trade. But yeah, I pretty much diversify. Pretty much every time I cash out a position in profit, net profit, I will take a little bit and sprinkle that into inverse. Can you explain what inverse perpetual is? Kamal, I just did. Pretty much all you're doing is, like, for example, if I go to let's see, inverse contracts. All right, instead of trading with USDT, you can see above my head it's asking for BTC as collateral. All right, same thing with ETH. If I go to ETH, inverse perpetual, it's asking for ETH as collateral instead of USDT. And then for USDT, I can go ahead and trade any pair I want. Let's do XCM. I've heard of XCM, but never used it. It allows me to use USDT in as margin. Let's see. Do you use RSI trading strat as well? I will use RSI to kind of gauge a larger move. So for example, you know, we've been sitting in this range for almost a month now. Okay, what I will do is I will pull up the RSI and just see how it's doing. What does it look like? Now, I don't use the RSI like every other Joe Schmo in this space. All right, in order to be successful in this game, you have to think outside of the box. You have to be willing to do things a little bit differently. right? How I do things, that's different on the contrary to 99% of people who trade, is when you pull up the 14 RSI, this looks like a shit show. This is terrible. If this was your EKG, you'll be having a heart attack right now. So what I do is you take that, go to inputs, change it from 14 to 125. All right, watch what happens. Now you can see, let me change the color so you guys can see a little bit better. Style, orange. Now, as you can see, it looks very similar to price action, right? But what this does is that it shows you true divergences that matter. In this case, perfect example. We have a top with like a descending triangle almost scenario where we have higher lows, lower highs every time. And then the actual price itself is putting high after high after high after high, right? And what this does is it creates a lot of bearish pressure. Now, this is something I know someone's going to ask me this. And what do you do in this kind of situation? Unfortunately, it looks like price is having a hard time breaking through this or rejecting off of this. It looks like it keeps consolidating. Now, this leads into something I want to talk about next. Now, just because we have a RSI, bearish RSI with a divergence showing, doesn't necessarily mean we have to dump off a cliff. Okay, this is something I got to come up with a name with this, but it's basically, as of right now, I'm calling it, trying to break a window theory. Right? Let's say you take a lacrosse ball or a tennis ball, a ball that's a little bit harder in substance, right? That's bouncy, right? Bouncy is the most important thing. Let's say you see a window, it's like, okay, I'm going to break it. All right, you take the ball. If the window, we're going to use the window as the divergence, okay? If the divergence is not that strong, and let's say you throw the ball and it breaks, fantastic. Price will respect the divergence and play accordingly. In this case, if price would break down off of the divergence, okay? But what if you throw the ball, all right, and let's say it doesn't break? The ball comes back to you. Now, it might not be that fast. He might, might bounce off the ground. You have to catch it off the bounce on the ground, but eventually you do catch the ball again, okay? It's like, wow, okay, I might have to throw this ball a little bit harder, okay? We're going to take the ball and throw it a little bit harder. This time, it still doesn't break, right? Me throwing the ball against the window is a sign, or is representing each tap of bearish divergence. So every time we get a tap off of this line, I'm taking the ball and throwing it harder and harder and harder. And eventually, what should happen is that the ball will eventually, I'll be throwing the ball hard enough to the point to where the ball will shatter the window, or it'll come back at me with just as much force, and it'll either, hit me in the face, or maybe I'll, won't be able to catch it anymore. If that's the case, the window breaking is the RSI, respecting the divergence and following through. The ball is price action. Me throwing the ball is basically price movement as well. So at one point, price is going to break through the window, and that signifies price significantly dumping in this case. Price coming back to me with equal force or just as much force, and I'm not able to catch the ball, or let's say the ball hits me in the face, that basically represents price action, basically saying, okay, we're going to take that pressure that you took, that you made, creating the divergence, and we're going to just take that energy and distribute it in the opposite direction. All right. And this usually creates monumental price action to the upside because there's so much pressure. Okay. So as you see right now, we're respecting this divergence pretty well. And we're doing a good job of pushing down. So I've been waiting for this to happen. I just want to see one other thing, because someone else brought this up to me, Reese. Well, I brought this up in stream because someone else brought this up to me. Now, we do have a situation where we're getting higher lows. Oh, look at that. We're breaking through. We're also getting a bearish divergence. In this case, it looks like the bears are winning. So the fact that we put in a significant break, and looks like we're probably going to close. If we close below this line, we're going to fall off a cliff, or we're going to have a very strong push to the downside. If ETH drops below 1600 mark, were you planning to take profit on ETH long and play the continuation? Let me see. I know price is dumping right now. Let me take a look. Oh. Yeah, let's do it, guys. We're gonna take ETH off the table. Unfortunately, I didn't get the bottom, but on a 30-minute, just looks pretty well. It looks pretty good. Yeah, guys, I'm taking ETH off the table. We're gonna do this live. Unfortunately, ETH. Oh, I only walked out with 110 bucks. Whatever. I still was only risking. I only got stopped out twice. ETH USD market. We did it, boys. Oh shit! I forgot to save the picture. Fuck. I fucked up. All right, hold on. Let me Shit. I forgot to take a picture of that trade. Gotta find a way to dig it up now. I forgot to do it, but we did it live, folks. We did it live. That's on record. I'll find the screenshot later and I'll post it. Let me let my group. ETH is still above trend line. Yes, but like I said, I would have taken it here anyway. But to be honest, Arius, there's a lot of bearish pressure for BTC at the moment. I think we're going to keep going. I could be wrong. I've heard people saying, oh, we're going to take out this low here and pump back above. Possible. Fantastic. If we do, we have the long position. I'm still in it. Well, I need to let people in the group know. Oh, shit. God, that was terrible. Let's see. I'm glad you guys are here to see that, though. Very good explanation. Thank you so much. I do appreciate it. I love your explanation every stream. It gets better every time. I need to do a compilation. That'd be cool, man. I just gotta, gotta get better with practice. Eventually, it'll be easier for me to explain. And also, I could come up with a good name. I gotta come up with a good name for that. Yep, and also that's not my theory I came up with. I stole it from Kite. I will be honest, I stole it from Kite, but I kind of changed it a little bit. Let's see. Yep, done with the East trade now. What a good day for profits. Congratulations, Upside Down Head. I'm glad you guys can go ahead and be a part of this. I'm really happy for you guys, as well as we're riding the wave down as well. Tashin, let's see. Check BTC dump. Yep. I mean a different trend line. Just put in charts only. Let me see. Charts only. No, yeah, it looks like. I mean, like I said, there's a lot of bearish pressure right now. So me personally, I think ETH is just gonna keep falling. Looks like we're starting to, well, it looks like we're at it right now. Oh, there she goes. Come on. But yeah, now guys, I'm not going to be taking a long trade till we get up here. So this basically allows this short position to breathe a little bit. Finally, guys, we finally got some good action going on during the stream. Holy shit. Haha. Let's go. All right. Let's see. Let's pull up Bybit. I want to see what's going on here. Look at that. Wow. $14.52. So $50 since the last time I showed it. Right. Was it 1400 or was it 1420? I don't remember. It was 1420. You're rocking and rolling. That's the lowest point we see. Next stop 30K. That's what everyone else is going to be saying. Like, guys, to be honest, I would not be surprised one bit if we come down and at least put in this low, test this low down here, this local low, around 20K. Because if you look at it from a support and resistance standpoint, now, guys, I look at things from a local low perspective. Yes, you could consider this high and this range to be support. But to me, I like looking at the lows. We broke the last previous low, so we're probably in the next step. We're probably going to come down and get close to like this 2368, somewhere around here. That's probably what's going to happen. If we fail that, you know, I know there's a CME gap somewhere down here. Great day. Let me a bit of price action. Absolutely. Upside down head. Love to see it. God damn it, Monk. Who is Johnny Crypto in math? My solution. In history, my king. In art, my idol. In science, my oxygen. In geography, my world. In videos, my greatest actor to ever live. I love you, buddy. That's so funny. You don't do this for kites. I feel special. Kite's stinky. Stinky kite. Just kidding, guys. Kite does not smell. Unless Monk can clarify. That's so funny. Can I pin this? Pin message. I'm pinning it. Uh-oh. Monk says kite stinks, guys. Yeah, guys, this looks really good, man. I'm telling you. Kite smells like kite smells like success. He smells like Doritos. No, I'm kidding. That's his fish. All dogs smell like Doritos. That's why he's taking a break from streaming right now. You can literally see the stink lines coming off of him like he's a cartoon. He's embarrassed. Oh, that's too funny. That's too good. And Bybit, you go to onto the pair, you can pre-release trade. Okay, cool. And thank you, Upside Down Head. I appreciate it. All right, guys, should we play Wordle while we're watching stuff happen? All right. Wow. This is one of the best starts I've ever had. It's Gooch. Unfortunately, Monk, there's no O's. It could be a CH or a G, but there's no O's. What do you guys think? I know Monk had the first guess. Stare, snare, slave, snake, or space. All right, these are a lot of guesses. Let's do Monk's first. Stare. Oh. It's not steak? No, it can't be a K. Stank, like kite. I swear to God. Oh, stale? I think it might be stale. I just saw it stanker. That'll be funny. What is not stale? Stage. Oh, no. All right, good. Benarius got it. It was stage. Easy. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Good job, guys. Good job. Good job. Got me worried for a second. How about Monero? Yeah, we can do Monero. Am I stupid? All right, I probably need to pull up XMR whiskey. Ooh, Monero fell off a cliff. Let's see. You're not okay. So you didn't. Okay. So on a 2-hour bit area, so I know we talked about this before. You do have that long setup there. You know, I honestly might buy some. I might buy some, to be honest, if we get back above. But just a little tiny sprinkle. But you do have that. That's a very nice setup. All right, on a bullish ABC. All right, and then so the entry is going to be my 156.83. Just double check that, guys. When I give these, just double check. Basically, you're just looking for the pivot of this A, wherever the basically literally like just above the top of that. See, if I zoom in, I know bit areas. I know this is cringe. I'm sorry. But ABC, and then we do have. I mean, you did have this short setup. Let's see. Well, let me just look at it from a 30-minute. Okay, you did have. I'd say on a 30-minute, this was an acceptable short to take. But pretty much at that point, I would have been expecting the high. So I don't know if I would have taken this. I can't really say for sure. But yeah. It's my XMR trade. Thanks. No, yep, of course, no problem. Let's see what happens. God, my phone is blowing up with like notifications. I'm so sorry, guys. I guess I'm still waking up. And I went to the gym for the first time in a couple months yesterday. Now that it's getting warmer out. Like tomorrow is gonna be 56 degrees where I live. Oh, they just dropped it down to 53. I'm still gonna go out though. But tomorrow it's gonna be a nice day. So I'm gonna go outside and exercise tomorrow. I did my first workout, kind of just like did everything, like 2 sets of everything just to kind of get used to it on like lighter weight. So I'm feeling it now. My body's sore a little bit. But yeah, I'm gonna start being a little bit more proactive, a little more active in my life, which I need to fucking do. And at some point when it starts to get nicer out every day, I'm probably gonna be outside for a while, like a couple hours at a time, just to get as much exercise done every day as I can, just to get myself in better shape. Now that I have the time to do so. Based. Thank you, Monk. Thank you. I try sometimes. Much as I love food, I gotta get some sun. I can't get too white. I gotta keep the skin tone, a good skin tone. All right, let's go back to BTC. All right, guys. Unfortunately, as much as I would love to stay, I do have to get going here. Fuck, I really don't want to, but XMR looks good for a long for sure. Definitely, yeah, definitely a good position. I don't know if I don't know if I'll take it on a leverage trade. I might buy some just because I do want to hold some XMR. I think there's some potential in that coin, but yeah. Oh, see, I don't want to leave, but I have to start getting ready here soon. I got to leave the house in about an hour and a half, so I got to take a shower and get ready. Shoot. I really don't want to leave though. All right, let me pull up. I think I got stopped. Did I get stopped out of my... Oh, I got stopped out of my Bitcoin position. It's fine with me. Now let's pull up a verse. We're gonna pull up a verse for today's reading. Let me just double check to make sure I didn't my English is actually presentable. Monk, I know you haven't seen this, but I've been reading sections from the books. I took notes off of one of the books that I read, the psychology books, and I've been reading them like their gospel. So we're gonna be doing today's gospel reading. The Book of Mark Douglas, chapter 9. No, I just want to make sure this is good. Okay. All right. We're gonna read a section from the gospel, guys. This is good stuff. All right. Chapter 9. Let me drink some water. Chapter 9. What you haven't learned yet remains invisible until our minds are open to an exchange of energy. A perspective of which you make yourself available allows you to see what is known and unknown. When you give yourself the ability of being available, you know that your edge gives you a favor in the market, but it also allows you to accept that you don't know the outcome of any trade, and it allows you to consciously open yourself to find out what happens next. Instead of giving way to a mental process that gives you, instead of giving way to a mental process that causes you to think you already know, adopting this perspective leaves your mind free of eternal resistance that can prevent you from perceiving any opportunity the market did I just fuck this up? Prevent you from perceiving any opportunity that the market gives. Okay. Two important hurdles you need to overcome. All right. Mind you, like I said, these are just cliff notes, so it might be some of this might not be too streamlined. Number 1, learning how to keep your mind focused in the now opportunity flow. Your mind has to be open to the truth, the market's truth from its own perspective. I'm not sure if that's 100% on point, but that's like I said, these are cliff notes. There's a division of labor between two halves of our brain. The left side specializes in irrational thought, what we already know, and the right side specializes in creativity. I'm pretty sure there's supposed to be more to that, but I did not write that down. Acting appropriately on anything requires belief and clarity of intent, which keeps our mind and senses focused on the purpose at hand. If the source of our actions is creative by nature, and our rational mind isn't trained to trust this source, at some point our rational mind will flood our consciousness with conflicting and competing thoughts. These thoughts will seem natural because it comes from what we already know from a rational level. All right, that's pretty much what I have. Coyote, sorry I'm late. Oh, we're just wrapping things up, man. Can I get an amen? LOL. Yes, amen. So basically, guys, what that talks about is understanding that this is what I try to preach to you guys, is that there's certain things that go on in your brain. There's certain ideas you might have, the way you think are natural defenses when it comes to everyday life, fight or flight, second guessing yourself, and just like basically putting yourself in the best situation possible, or overanalyzing. There's a bunch of different things I can go off of. A lot of these things are natural. But when it comes to trading and how trading is dealt, you have to allow your mind to be open to the perception of what the market gives you. And it's something I see a lot. And like I said, this is it's a very natural, and you guys shouldn't beat yourself up over it. If you guys feel a certain way, or you guys think certain ways about certain things that are going on at the market, that's completely fine. It's just going to take time for you to detrain that out of your system and to look at things from a more objective and analytical perspective. But yeah, guys, that's going to wrap up today's stream. I hope you guys enjoyed. This might be a situation where I might be reading the same thing multiple times, because I don't have that many cliff notes, to be honest. The book's like 300 pages long. I only have like a little bit, just because I want to highlight very important aspects of what I believe is the most important parts of the book. But the book itself is so good. So yeah, guys, go read Trading the Zone by Mark Douglas if you haven't already. But that's pretty much it, guys. I do appreciate you. I will be back on Sunday, 1 p.m. EST. If you guys are in the Discord, I will do my best to create an event and let you guys know ahead of time. I will make the schedule. I'll schedule the stream on YouTube. Make sure you guys have that notification bell on, so you guys will get an alert to when I'm going live, or when I schedule a live session. So yeah, I really do appreciate every single one of you guys for tuning in. We got some good price action. We cashed out on some of our positions. I will let you guys know in the group, if you guys are in the Discord, to go ahead and let you know what I'm doing, keep you guys up to date. If you guys aren't in the Discord group and you guys are interested in joining, guys, go check out the Stripe link in the description below. I also offer a monthly tier, just see if you guys want to try it out. But $150 for a one-time payment. It gives you lifetime access. It supports me, it supports the channel, but it's absolutely not required, though. I always do my best to give you guys as much information in these streams as much as I can, and also allow you guys to ask me questions and hopefully help you guys out as best as I can as well. So, like I said, just an added bonus. I would love to see you guys there, but like I said, it's not required. But until next time, Sunday at 1 p.m. EST, I will be on, and hopefully we'll be able to talk about what's going on here, or if this stuff continues. So I look forward to it, guys. Thank you guys so much. I love all of you. Monk, Coyote, let's see. Kite said something interesting the other day. He said hedging against his own thoughts rather than the market. Yeah, that's how you got to look at it. Because even though you could be bearish all day. You could be bearish all day long. If you don't take hedge positions against what your perception is and what your bias is, that's how you get screwed. You got to keep an open mind. But Monk, I love you, buddy. I'll if I'm around later, maybe we can play some. Who knows? I got some stuff going on later though. But if not, I'll talk to you soon. Coyote, good seeing you, my friend. Thank you for stopping by. Drew, Badarius. Is it in Dubai or in Dube? I don't know. I'm sorry if I completely butchered that, but if you're still here, thank you so much. Upside Down Head. Who else? Let's see. Carell, Tashin, Retro, AG. Make sure I didn't miss anyone. Mr. Reckless, Kamal, Alan Carp might not be here anymore, but let's see, Blanc. For everyone who's still here, I do appreciate you guys. I'm fixing my sleep schedule. I'm gonna be past TF out. All right, cool. Yeah, no, I'm the same way. I got up early the last 2 days, but I stayed up till like 3 a.m. last night. So my schedule is gonna be okay, but we'll see. We'll figure it out. Thank you guys so much. I do appreciate every single one of you stopping by. I look forward to see you guys in the next one. Be good, be safe, don't FOMO. Let's ride this down as far as we can. Hopefully we can make some good profits off of this short. But I do love you guys. Thank you guys so much. Until next time, we're gonna do the thing. We're gonna do the thing. I don't do as good as Kite, but we're gonna do it. I'm not gonna pull up a full screen either. This is the most you're gonna get from me. Bye-bye.